Farrait. What's good, bro?
Good. We feeling good, man. Ready for this fight?
Edgar Berlanga, Jason Quigley.
Yes, sir.
First, how was camp? How was the preparation for Quigley?
The camp was pretty simple, being that I started Edgar out from his debut. So what I mean by simple is that, you know who you're dealing with. I know what moves him. I know what doesn't move him. So it was actually a great camp. And remember, getting Edgar back, Edgar was off almost 13 months. So you got to monitor him pretty well, right? That there's no injuries. He was kicked back, so the training actually was pretty good. He went through everything he needed to go. He checked all the boxes. Everything was good.
When you look at a guy like Jason Quigley, on paper at least, nobody's really expecting him to give Edgar too many problems at all, really.
Right.
But, as a coach, what is it about Jason that you're just like, no, he is really good at this, he is really good at that? Or do you yourself just think, no, we're just going to walk through this dude?
No, I think that's the wrong way to think, right? We can say he's here for Edgar to knock out, right? But I was with Edgar for his first 13 first-round knockouts. That wasn't planned, right? Even though he wasn't fighting competition up to his level, it wasn't planned. So bringing Quigley in, Quigley's a world-class fighter. Fans can say what they want, have their opinion, make their assessments, but at the very end, everybody's energized in those first 2 rounds, right? He has a lot of energy coming in. He has a lot of pop at that weight. Those are 2 big guys. If he lands a good shot on Edgar early on, guess what? Edgar's gonna feel it. So what I mean is that we're really gonna see who Quigley is if he gets to the 5th, 6th round. All the jitters are out, everything's out. Now we get to see 2 fighters who they really are. First 2 rounds, 3 rounds, a lot of energy. So let's call a spade a spade. Is Edgar more powerful? Is he bigger? Is he faster? 100%. But you can't count nobody out in boxing. If you do that, you're crazy, right? How many upsets you guys seen? How many interviews you've seen in boxing?
Too many.
I'd be stupid to sit here and say we're gonna walk through quickly.
When you look at Edgar, being his coach, man, there's a lot of talk about, Canelo possibly being next or Canelo possibly happening next year. When you look at him, is that a fight that you actually want, or do you kind of want them to slow their roll a little bit? Edgar's only 26, about to be his 21st pro fight. Do you want them to slow it down just a touch, or you think, no, we're ready for Canelo, man?
Listen, if I was to say we're not ready, that'll be absurd. If I was to say we are ready, that'll be absurd.
So what do you think?
Right? So what I'm telling you is this, right? He needs to take care of Quigley. And then everybody will have their own opinion on what they see with Quigley. If he walks through Quigley, right, people say this kid looks different, this kid is ready for those top guys. Or Matthew might come back and say, let's give him another fight, and if he walks through that guy. So if we're looking at Canelo, I'm not one of these guys that say he's fighting Canelo in September. I'm looking at Canelo next year. We'll get another fight, God willing, but it's whatever Edgar's dad decides and Matchroom decides and what these people decide, and then we roll with it. But can Edgar hang with these guys? Yes. Let's make something very clear. People talk about Floyd. People talk about Pacquiao. People talk about Canelo. You guys been in boxing and interviewing people. What's the difference between them and Edgar? It's only one thing, man.
Experience?
Exactly. So can he throw with Canelo? Yes. Edgar's probably stronger than Canelo, faster than Canelo, bigger than Canelo. Let me tell you something. People haven't seen Edgar's power, right? We've seen Canelo, right? People say Canelo's slowing down with that John Ryder fight. But I guarantee you, if you go in the gym and you see Edgar, you ask those guys that hit Edgar, we could put names on the chart that Edgar has stopped in sparring, that top names. But the kid needs experience. The kid needs to get in there and get his feet wet. So are they picking certain guys for him? They did it for everybody. Let's be honest. If you go through people's box, right? Let's go look at the first 16, 18, 20 fights, a lot of these top guys. I guarantee you guys, if you do your homework, you'll be like, wow, they move these guys very slow. But because Edgar is a ticket seller and he's out there, people have more of an opinion on him.
Do you think the 16 straight first-round knockouts kind of hurt him or stagnant his development, being that he didn't get the rounds in that he would have normally got?
You really can't control that. And what I mean by you can't control it, you can't tell Edgar, hey man, don't knock this dude out in the first round. So what I did with Edgar was I did the reverse. I made sure Edgar got top sparring in the gym with top competition, world champions, because I knew that early on competition was going to be not really competitive. But you guys are big guys. If I put gloves on you and we go one round, no matter how much experience I got, you got a good chance to land a good shot on me. You're strong, and you're just looking for that one shot. So I don't think it hurt him. I think it helped him, because if not, he wouldn't be in this position today. That talk about the first round knockouts would bring Edgar Berlanga to the surface. If he didn't do that, you wouldn't be talking about him.
For sure. And by the way, my right hook is pretty good.
But you see that? but that's just the right hook, right? And that can do damage. But if you had two hands and you had the experience and you had everything else, you'd be super dangerous. But guess what? You're already dangerous with that right. Look what you just told me. If I drop my right hand and you hit me, if I drop my left, you're gonna put me to sleep. All I want to do is make that one mistake. It could be a counter shot. And they're like, I told you I had a right hook.
Would love to get your opinion on something. Jermall Charlo has kind of been like rumored to probably get that Canelo fight. You know, he hasn't fought in 2 years, but he is still a great fighter. If they were to fight, how would you see that fight playing out, man? Who would you give kind of the edge to?
I like Charlo.
And you would take him over Canelo, even with the layoff? And
Listen, the most famous pick is, everybody says, Canelo, right? But everybody had an opinion after that John Ryder fight, right? You got to give John Ryder credit. He got touched, got up. Is Charlo better than John Ryder? Yeah. Is he bigger than John Ryder? Yeah. Does he have a great jab? One thing that I like about Charlo, he's coming to fight. There's no fear in him. He has a great jab. He's big. He's going to look to exchange. But who's Canelo? Canelo is the face of boxing. You know, that guy finds a way to win. We just got to see who's the guy that's going to find a way to beat him. So you can line them up. Charlo's the first one. I'm going to keep picking these guys until.
You think Charlo could stop Canelo?
I don't know. I don't know if he can stop him.
But you think he could beat him now?
I think if he can hang in there past the 6th round, 7th round, and go into the second half of the fight, I think he has a good chance to beat him. He's a heavier puncher. He's stronger. He's bigger. Listen, both Charlos are huge, right? Canelo's what? We say 5'9", but he's really not. Like I've been in front of him many times.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'10", and I'm bigger than him. So, listen, that guy has almost 50 fights. He's been in so many fights. Sooner or later, he's going to slow down.
Close to 60.
I'm sorry, 60. I'm sorry,
60, yeah.
60. So he's going to slow down sooner or later, right? So
over 60 actually. But yeah,
yeah,
I get
60,
you.
he's
Yeah.
15. So,
Yeah.
but those guys he's fighting want to fight him. They're going to train like they never trained before. Canelo just continue to train as he always does. So they're going to get. I use this analogy a lot in boxing. Whoever plays the New York Yankees is their World Series. Everybody plays the Yankees so hard.
For sure.
Right? I mean, they come with everything. So you don't think Charlo's going to come with everything? Canelo's going to do his regular training. He's getting older. He's got to go through that regimen, that strict regimen all the time. That's wear and tear. He's not fighting light guys. He's fighting big guys. He just came out of a tough fight. You're going to go into another tough fight. And then his next fight's another tough fight. How long can he last? Go ask Manny Pacquiao or those other guys. It comes to an end.
If you were training Charlo, what would be a game plan going against Canelo?
Oh, big jab. I would look at Bivol. I would look at Bivol. Can't beat Bivol, but I would look at Bivol and say, what's the best version, Charlo, that we can look at this guy? Can we keep that jab on him? Can we shoot those 1-2? Canelo just looks to count on you. Canelo looks to take your shot every spot. And then when he breaks you down, he looks to counter with you. And then he'll continue. So with Charlo has to keep that stick in his face, keep that power, keep that 1-2. And when Canelo closes up, he has to touch the body. He has to touch the body. So I would use that length and that power and that height, and I would use that stick. Guy got a great jab, got a hard jab, quick jab. He throws good combinations. Listen, man, everybody wants to sit back and talk about Canelo. We already know who he is. Let's give Charlo some due, man. That guy's been around, man. You know, we gotta give him some due, man. We just can't write him off.